This is KCTV English News. I'm Nick Brontes. The publication of the nation's first white paper based on issue-focused public opinion research has been canceled. The chairman of the Public Opinion Research Committee for the nation's first for-profit hospital says he strongly disagrees with the decision to allow the opening of Greenland International Hospital, despite his committee's findings that most locals oppose it. Ha Yong-jin argues that the governor's decision effectively incapacitates the committee and that the planned white paper on the issue will not be published. In his message to other committee members, he also said the committee will soon be dissolved. Some people are welcoming the approved opening of Greenland International Hospital. A committee formed to promote the normalization of operations in the healthcare town where the hospital is located held a press conference Tuesday. Its 30-something members, including Seogwipo residents, expressed their support for the opening of the hospital. Committee representatives said they view the issue as a matter affecting employment and the livelihood of Seogwipo residents. They therefore applaud the decision to open the hospital. Members said they had worried that the healthcare town would remain nothing more than a ghost town, but that the decision to allow Greenland International to open renews the hopes of area residents. A decades-old series of articles about the April 3rd incident have been found in a mainland local newspaper. Dr. Ju Chul-hee discovered the articles in a Honam paper. The 7-article series ran from July 15th to the 22nd in 1948. It was titled Finding Jeju Island in Wartime. The articles covered the damage caused during the April 3rd incident, including that to local villages. They also called for a policy of reform and pacification regarding local citizens who were not involved in the riots. Dr. Ju said the series of articles is valuable because it represents first-hand reports of the April 3rd incident by someone from the mainland who came here for coverage. An animal inspection center will be up and running at Jeju Port by the end of the month, as part of efforts to prevent local outbreaks of dangerous livestock diseases. The 2-floor center on Pier 6 cost 1.3 billion won. It will include vehicle sterilization equipment and a quarantine office. Jeju Veterinary Service Laboratory officials say the opening of the center will markedly facilitate both the disinfection of livestock transport vehicles and crackdowns on illegal shipments to the island of banned livestock. 2 students from Jeju International University have been named to the Korean national taekwondo team for the disabled. University officials say Lee Do-woon and Han Guk-hyun from the Leisure Sports Department have made the cut in the hearing impaired and physically disabled categories, respectively. Both came in first in the men's individual events at national team tryouts at the World Taekwondo headquarters on November 28th. Han Guk-hyun was the first person to be named to the Taekwondo national squad, and he has now represented the country on the international stage for 5 consecutive years. Both he and Lee Do-woon will take part in international competitions next year as part of the Korean Taekwondo team for disabled athletes. The National Assembly recently approved tougher punishments for drunk driving. The standards for having one's license suspended or revoked are much stricter, and even passengers in a car driven by a drunk driver will face charges. Joseph Kim reports.
The front part of a taxi on the road is severely damaged. One was killed in a car accident on the way returning home after a meeting between the families of a bride and a bridegroom. The unlicensed driver who caused the accident had a blood alcohol content of 0.106%. The government's driving under the influence or DUI standards have been tightened to root out the repeat tragedies on roads. A bill to amend the Road Traffic Act was passed at the National Assembly last Friday to change the DUI standards for stronger enforcement, as well as punitive measures, for the first time in 57 years. Currently, a driver's license can be suspended if the blood alcohol content is 0.05% or higher, and is revoked if it is 0.1% or higher. Those levels will be lowered to 0.03% for suspension and 0.08% for revocation. That means a person caught behind the wheel after having a couple of shots of soju can be charged with a DUI. Additional penalties will be given to drunk driving repeat offenders. If a driver is caught twice for DUI, he or she will be sentenced to a term of imprisonment of between 2 and 5 years or a fine between 10 million or 20 million won. The amendment will go into effect beginning December 18th. Passengers in a vehicle driven by a drunk driver will be charged with aiding and abetting a DUI. Last year, 8 passengers were caught for abetting a DUI. At drinking parties, you should stop drunk friends or colleagues from driving.
음주운전 차량에 동승자에게도 음주운전자와 똑같이 방조범으로 처벌이 됩니다. 예를 들어 부서 회식 시에 부하가 술을 마신 걸 알면서도 부하 직원의 음주운전 차량에 탑승을 했다면 음주운전 방조범으로 처벌이 됩니다.
Despite increased efforts at raising public awareness, driving under the influence remains a problem. But beginning next Tuesday, not even a single shot of soju will be permitted for drivers. Joseph Kim, KCTV.
It will be a couple of degrees warmer Thursday, while skies will be either mostly clear or mostly cloudy, depending on where you are. Here's your forecast. The morning low in Jeju City will be 5 and the afternoon high 10 degrees. Exactly the same temperatures are expected down south in Seogwipo. In Seongsan, the low before lunch will be 4 and the high later on again 10 degrees. Similar temperatures are expected across the island in Gosan. And the morning low up on the mountain at Songpanak will be 1 degree below zero and the afternoon high 5 above. Out on the water, winds will be out of the northwest and north at 8 to 13 meters per second, and seas will be between 1 and 2.5 meters. And here's what's coming up. And that brings us to the end of today's newscast. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll tune in next time. Until then, don't forget to find us on YouTube by searching for KCTV E-News Jeju. 시청자 여러분, 고맙습니다.